Hello and welcome back to Real Phonies, where we combine a love for movies and television with not a lot of actual knowledge about movies or television. This week, Ian, Christian, Hurt, and I will be bringing you the latest Hollywood news and rumors in our Hollywood Scuttlebutt portion. But in true Real Phonies fashion, we had technical issues with the first half of the recording. So here's the remaining news for the week, for your listening pleasure. So enjoy.
In the prequels, this
I was definitely recording on the wrong microphone. This looks much better. That's
Great.
fine. We got 8 minutes.
So there's gonna. Hopefully, you cut out the part where we explain this, and there's just a weird shift in sound in the middle of this.
Where are we at? So In the Heights, that's the next trailer we wanted to talk about. Musical by Lin Manuel Miranda.
Good job,
buddy.
Who's Hamilton.
Yep.
This is what I did before Hamilton.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he won a Tony for this.
Okay. It looks like kind of West Side Story-ish to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's about like a Latin neighborhood in New York and a bodega owner. I've heard the music before. I've never seen it, so I don't know all the ins and outs. But if you like, for example, Hamilton's incredibly popular now. This is really a birth of a lot of that Broadway hip hop style that really came on the scene, came really popular in Hamilton. This is really where it came from. I'm excited for it. I like the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I like Lin Manuel Miranda musicals.
Yeah.
I like musicals in general. This seems up my alley.
It's got Dr. Dre from Straight Outta Compton.
It does have that guy,
and I like him. He's in other stuff too. He's been in the King Kong Skull Island movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's also in Six Underground, which I watched this week. And we'll get to that.
We will get to that later.
He was also on The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah. So he's doing some things.
Yeah. But no, I'm excited for this
for him.
movie. I'm looking forward to it when it comes out, and I hope that we all go see it. So one day maybe we'll get a Hamilton movie, which is a better version of this.
It does seem surprising that Hamilton didn't come
If they did a
first.
Hamilton movie, it would kill. But they're they're getting so much off Broadway tickets, like there's no reason, because that would kill the Broadway.
Hamilton is so expensive. On
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, they're going to milk that for a few more years,
yeah.
but there will be
Eventually.
a movie version, definitely.
The next trailer is one of the ones we #RealPhonies forgot.
Seems like
last
maybe
week.
we should have started with this now that I think about it. But it's like 2 weeks later.
Start with the
anyway.
ones that we missed by 2 weeks. Yeah.
Mulan. The reboot comes out spring. It's like the spring break movie in mid-March and look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they had a Phoenix. There's at least some kind of call out to Mushu.
I think this movie's going to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks like the best version of these live action remakes we got because it actually looks like its own movie.
Yeah. And I just want to see, I think if they did the Make a Man Out of You, do it as like an instrumental montage to her training, and you can still get, and the other famous song is Reflections.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think
which
you
is
could
the one I think they play in the trailer.
Yeah, and I think you could work those into the movie because I think that would make everyone happy.
I can't decide how I feel about this movie. It just.
I was against it at first, but now I'm on board.
Yeah, I can't decide. I don't feel that drawn to it in watching anything about it, even though it's theoretically things that I like. I'm definitely bummed out about the "Make a Man Out of You" song.
I think it'll be an instrumental.
They gotta find a way. I don't know. I'll see it when it comes out, just for this podcast. But
got a Crouching Tiger hidden, vibe.
I think this movie should be in Mandarin, but that's my only complaint. I feel like it being in Chinese would be.
No, this is for kids. Yeah, no, I think
I agree. Kids can't read it.
I mean,
if they had it in Mandarin, I would also watch that version.
Disney wants to be on board right up to the point where it starts costing them money.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, we're not that on board.
So, we'll see. Jet Li, I think.
He's in this movie.
Which I'm a big fan.
He's the Emperor,
What
right?
is he, 70 now?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He'd
whale.
be a badass Emperor. So, and then the other one we forgot is Black Widow.
Yep.
Which honestly makes me a little worried for this movie that we couldn't even remember to talk about it on the podcast.
The problem is it came out right after the podcast last week.
But in the middle of the night.
But we talked about it a lot in text, and it felt like
we talked about it.
It felt like we talked about it.
But this is between Civil War and Infinity War. It's her on the run with kind of her Russian family. Would you guys think?
Man, I thought the trailer looked good. I think the first half of the trailer looks like, oh man, this is just going to be some boring ass wannabe Born Identity shit, and then it takes a turn about halfway through. It's like, oh no, this is Marvel superhero bullshit. I'm on board. There's over the top action and stuff like that. Disney, as we were just talking about, is really on board with representation, and they've decided to represent a big fat hairy gut in this, and I think that deserves its spot just like anything else.
David Harbour looks like he's going to be the fan favorite of this movie.
Absolutely.
Like, he's going to steal this movie. He's going to have all the good lines, you can tell.
Yeah.
It looked like her and Florence Pugh are like, looks like they're friends from the get-go. That first fight looked very, like you said, Bourne Identity.
Yeah.
I look at that as a positive, not a negative. Like, I would
I look
love
at it
like
as
a hard, gritty, hand-to-hand kind of fight scenes with that.
I think it's positive too. I'm just not ready to go back to superhero movies that are embarrassed of being superheroes.
Yeah, but you're right. I think it's going to start Jason Bourne, and kind of go into like a Marvel movie at the end, because that end set piece looked pretty badass.
I think a lot of people have developed a lot of opinions about Taskmaster, who's in about 3.5 seconds of this trailer. So it's weird to me. That's the thing that everyone keeps talking about.
Well, Taskmaster, I think, probably could very well end up being Boba Fett, even if he is only in 3 minutes of the movie. He could steal the show.
He appeals. Those Deadpool, the Deadpool people love Taskmaster.
Well, I mean, Taskmaster is a cooler character than Deadpool.
Yeah,
that's a hot take.
Yeah,
and the rumor is who's David Harbour? It looks like what's her name? The famous girl, the older lady in this movie, is supposed to be Taskmaster.
Oh yeah, the chick from The Mummy.
Oh, Rachel Weisz?
Yeah, Rachel Weisz. But so there's a scene where David Harbour, Rachel Weisz, Florence Pugh, and Scarlett, and he's like, we're back together as family.
Again, if it is Rachel Weisz, then I'm fucking on board.
Yeah.
with this
I would
movie.
love that. Like, that's heavily rumored, but not been revealed.
Confirmed.
Yeah. So I don't know. It looks cool. I'm excited.
I think they're touting this as a standalone, but I still think it's going to have some sort of bigger piece in the larger Marvel thing. Like, it seems very deliberate that the three characters they took off the board in Endgame were the ones who would keep the Avengers together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's got to be something that this plays into the larger.
You guys notice the jacket that Florence Pugh is wearing in the trailer is the one that Black Widow was wearing in Infinity War?
No.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. A little tidbit.
Mm-hmm.
I love a tidbit. All right, so that's it. We'll see. That's May, so still about 6 months out. Top Gun is the last trailer, and I think the best trailer of the ones we've probably seen this week.
Is it Top Gun Maverick?
Top
Gun Maverick with Miles Teller, John Hamm,
Tom Cruise,
of course. Miles Teller looked fucking great with that mustache.
I mean, he looks like many guys that I've seen in flight suits,
That's what
including pictures of my dad when he was younger. There's like a specific look, and it's that look.
That's a flight school.
Yeah.
That's what you look like. You grow a shitty mustache. You're tall and lanky. I mean, like...
Yeah, he looks like he lost some weight.
He also looks like Goose. Like, if he's supposed to be Goose's son, good fucking job.
It would be a surprise if they don't go that
Yeah.
direction.
I think that's definitely what it is.
So, later in the week, we're doing an episode on the Star Wars prequels. And I had been insistent in our last podcast that we had already done an episode about that. And I wasn't entirely right, but you guys had done an episode on just prequels in general.
Correct.
Where you break into talking about Star Wars prequels for most of the thing. But the reason I bring it up right now is because I listened to it today. And in it, there was like early news about Top Gun. And Ian makes a prediction about it that looks like it's going to be right.
What did I say?
You said that it was going to be like Creed in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's what, with this trailer, it looks like it might be.
Agreed.
It looks like he's moving into more... Because the thing I didn't like about the first trailer is I didn't get why it existed. Because he was obviously older, and the story was part of him being older. But his authority figures were still older than him. So what's the point of him being older? It still seems like the same story. But you put him in a mentor role, and he's got a reason to, like... I think it's probably going to be a thing that even though he's been a gifted pilot, he's just pissed away a career. And he gets shoved back into this because somebody thinks he'd be good at it. And this is where he finds, like, at sort of the end of his career, he finds what his real calling was.
Yeah. The interesting bit to me that makes me hesitant to say that Miles Teller is Goose's son is it's been 30 years since Top Gun came out.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
The timeline does not work out that way.
Maybe it's Goose's grandson.
Yeah, that would make a little more sense, I think. The other thing being, is he a test pilot at the end? Like, what the fuck was that he was flying?
I don't know.
I kind of wondered if maybe that's at the beginning of the movie. Maybe that's what he's doing. He's like a test pilot before he gets moved back to...
I'm thinking
Top
that's
Gun.
probably something he does that he's not supposed to do.
Oh, it could be
that
as well.
gets him busted to doing this thing.
Yeah.
Possible.
Will Top Gun 2 caused the same recruitment boom that Top Gun 1 caused for naval aviation.
I don't think so because they don't let 45-year-old guys into naval aviation.
But maybe people will see Miles Teller's shitty mustache, be like, "Yeah, I've got one of those."
I'm pretty sure there's a volleyball scene at some point. There's a cut at the end with Miles Teller.
Absolutely,
with Miles' first trailer, there was a volleyball.
I'm just saying,
scene.
Miles Teller's abs at the end of that trailer look pretty fucking nuts.
I think. And I'm not going to say his name, but this is the second time I've not said his name on this podcast, but we all know exactly a guy who, after seeing Miles Teller as a pilot, will try to join the Navy. And you guys laugh at me. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm actually excited for that movie. I've come around on Tom Cruise.
I was
up and down and around, but you know what? I think it's gone positive since the Mission Impossibles, and he tries to kill himself.
I don't know if you guys remember, but I was real hard against the first trailer on this.
Yeah. You were.
I liked this one a lot.
Yeah, it's a fun trailer.
That's it. And that's the news.
Fantastic. So as Hurt alluded to a little bit later this week, whether it was a good decision or not, we are going to be taking on the Star Wars prequels, episodes 1, 2, and 3, in anticipation of episode 9 coming out this coming week.
Without a doubt, this will be our most contentious episode.
I mean, at least with each other.
Depends how hard people want to fight. At some point, we just give up.
I think contentious amongst us. I know. I know Ian wants to pick his least favorite us to all pick us.
I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah,
and I know exactly why Ian wants us to, but I'm not going to say it.
Well, yeah.
I want to fight about Last Jedi.
So anyway,
it's exactly way to blow the ending.
Hashtag spoilers.
That's coming a little bit later this week, so join us for that. In the meantime, thank you guys for listening. If you want to get in touch with us and let us know any other trailers that we missed, you can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at realphonies, and on Instagram at real_phonies. Thanks to Zach Evans for art and Brian Velasquez for our theme. We'll see you guys later.
Later.